So one note for this, if you graph dx dt as x of and dy dt as y, then their derivatives would, of course, be the second derivatives. The only three things you can do in parametric mode is dx dt, dy dt, and dy dx. So it could be useful. Speed is by bag. So they actually just, as it was a calculator problem, they just said you could just do this. But notice, it's a really good idea if you have more than 1 second. If it's not a horrible derivative, you should write it down because they sometimes give a point just for that. And you don't want to lose that. Notice that you should be thinking of this as two separate things. Acceleration's a vector, speed is a number. Equation of the line union dy dx as well as x and y, but they gave you the values at time 0, so. We already figured out the 3 and the 7. Integral of speed, arc length. A small note on rounding and truncating. I've said it before, but extra digit never hurts in calculus. The truncate is just chop off. The rounding is if it's more than 0.5, which it is, then round up. Okay, remember you only take the derivative of that stuff if you are given x and y instead of dy dt and dx dt. Okay, x coordinate only, but they want you to show that you know how to do this. Initial position x coordinate only at time 0. Point values. 2 points for this, 1 point for the speed, 1 point for the acceleration. It's a calculator problem. They didn't give an extra point for deriving the acceleration vector. This is 2 points, 1 point for figuring the slope, 1 point for do the calculation. So as parametric problems go, this is a relatively straightforward one. 3 points for this, 2 points for the setting up the arc length, and 1 point for the final answer. 2 points. So incidentally, one of the reasons they do 1 point for the final answer is you are allowed to go back to the original problems after you've had to put your calculator away, but you can't use your calculator anymore. But if you suddenly remember, ooh, it's arc length, I forgot to square something, you can at least put the square back on, even if you can't calculate the correct answer anymore. So 1 point for initial position plus the integral of dx dt, and 1 point for the final answer.